Welcome back once again to McClintock High School here in Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, maybe Tempe, Arizona, getting set for Lady Wildcat basketball. Oak Ridge coming out on the floor in their gray jerseys, facing a team in blue. Lady Wildcats will have Jenna Johnson to jump. Starting for them will be Ayana Porter, along with Cannon Green, Lauren Hart, and Samaj Clark. And we're about to get set here from the desert. And the two teams are ready, waiting for the officials to get set, and we're about to have basketball for you here on FM 92.7, and the ball is up, controlled by the Lady Matadors, and we're underway. With the basketball, they work the ball to the left side. Over goes to number 2. That's Anderson. She works the ball, and there's a travel going to be called initially against Reed. Lee Wexler has joined us here as well, along with Neo Tate, and here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor, just underway. Scoreless ball game from Arizona. With the basketball, Oak Ridge's Lauren Hart slings the ball all the way across the floor, and that's a turnover. Lee, you have some information about this ball game? This is the first time we've ever played a team from the state of Arizona. As I mentioned, this is a makeup, kind of a reserve team that has been inserted to play the Lady Wildcats. The team they were supposed to play today had to drop out of the tournament as they work the ball to the right. Here's a three-point shot. It's up, no good. Rebound, Ayana Porter. Porter and the Lady Wildcats going coast to coast with it. The right-handed off the glass, no good. Rebound, battled and knocked away. Who they're going to say is last touched by the Lady Matadors. Shadow Mountain High School is the opponent for the Lady Wildcats here as they work the ball in. Here it comes to Porter. Ayana Porter works the ball to the left. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and hopefully soon to be Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming on the internet as Ayana lobs the ball left side of Cannon. Cannon Green dribbles in, stops, kicks the ball back out, intending it for Jenna Johnson. Back to the right side, it goes to Porter. Porter works the ball to Samaj. We have no scores. Samaj drives, stops, pulls up, shoots, and it's good. Samaj Clark has the first 2 points of the game, and down the floor will come the Lady Matadors. Moving left to right, they're wearing their all dark blue jerseys. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Lauren Hart with it. Out to Jenna Johnson, drives in, a little 6-footer off the glass, no good. Rebounded by them, and then a whistle blows, and a jump ball is called. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Wildcats. 2-0 our score here with 6:43 to play here in the first period, live here from McClintock High School. The ball's worked into Samaj, pulls up and shoots another one. Hits the rim, no good. Long rebound, pulled away by number 1 for them. This red ink here. Williams works the ball, and then they lost the ball out of bounds. It'll be the Lady Wildcats for the basketball side court. Neo, have you got the stream going here today?
I have. We ran a test stream last night. Hopefully not a lot of you saw it, but
2-0 is our score here. We'll have Lee Wexler's input here in a second as we're sitting in the bleachers here at this high school. The Wildcats work it in. Nice move, but they missed a shot. Jenna battles for the rebound, but can't save it. Lee, so far, both teams kind of feeling out one another. It's this Lady Matador team kind of similar to the team we played yesterday. They've got a lot of height, and they're very physical. Here's a long looping pass. They beat the Wildcats down the floor, and Samaj blocks the shot. Lady Wildcats have the basketball, leading 2-0. Samaj stops, pops, drops. 2-point bucket by Samaj Clark, and the Lady Wildcats have a 4-0 lead. 5:58 to play in the first period. Lady Wildcats playing full court pressure. With the basketball will come Williams. In the rear court, you have to get the ball across, and then there's 10 seconds. Great defense by the Lady Wildcats, and they turn the ball over. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. In the ball game right now, Ayana Porter, freshman, along with, for the Lady Wildcats, Jenna Johnson, freshman. Seniors, Lauren Hart, Samaj Clark, and junior Cannon Green. Ayana Porter being harassed everywhere she goes. Here's Lauren with it. Back to Porter. She had a 3 if she wanted it. She's going to step inside the line, shoot. It's up, no good. Rebound tracked down, loose on the floor. Ayana battles for it. It's another jump ball situation. This time the alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Matadors. They're out of Arizona, a local team here. As I mentioned earlier, they have stepped in to play the Lady Wildcats, the team they were scheduled to play, unable to go for whatever reason. Here they come down the floor, and too far down the floor, they're going to throw the ball away. Lee, 2 games in a row, we've played in very small gyms, but this one's a little bit nicer than the one we played in yesterday.
Yeah, perhaps, David. There's not really, rotten food or trash in the bleachers, so that's really nice.
Lady Wildcats in the lead, 4-0. Cannon Green in the left corner. Backs it around the right side to Hart. Lauren Hart stops, goes inside to Jenna, back to Ayana. She had a 3, didn't pull the trigger, backs it up once again. Now it penetrates in. Bounce pass intending it for Cannon Green along the baseline. She had made a cut, but she continued towards the corner, and the ball went out of bounds. It'll be the Lady Matadors with it. 5:06 to play first period. They break the press. They work the ball down the floor. Pull up and shoot on its way. Clanging off the iron, no good. They work the ball in for a shot. High off the rim, no good. Jenna Johnson's got the rebound for the Lady Wildcats. Here comes Jenna down the floor, moving right to left, wearing her gray jersey. Out it goes Samaj, 3-pointer on target, hits the rim though, no good. Rebounded by Williams. They push it up the floor again, and they throw it away again. Taken away by Samaj Clark. Samaj is going to bring the ball back down the floor. Stop, give it off to Porter. Ayana to Lauren Hart in the right corner. Lauren dribbles in, free throw line, will not shoot. Bounce pass left side, Cannon Green. Pulls up, shoots a 10-footer. Hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Matadors. They'll try to push it up the floor once again. Lady Wildcats in the lead by a score of 4-0. 4:22 to play first quarter, and they're going to back it out just a bit. With the basketball, their point guard dribbling out. Here it goes to Williams. She works the ball in, penetrates, lobs it to the left corner. They drive in the paint. They drive left, and there is a charge going to be called on a hook against the Lady Matadors. Not so sure about that. I didn't see that, but that's what they're going to call as the Lady Wildcats will substitute Demetria Strickland in the ball game. And Zayana Porter, or actually Ayana Stewart, will come into the ball game. Sorry, Kiki and Lady. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. To work the ball in will be Cannon Green. Lee? Lady Wildcats in the lead, 4-0. Oak Ridge basketball. Lauren dribbles in, double team, swings it out to Green. Cannon cannot shoot. Free throw line, she will shoot. It's on its way. Good. Cannon Green hits a shot from the free throw line, and the Lady Wildcats have the lead by a score of 6-0. The full court pressure on once again. We're down to 3:48 to play in the first period. They lob the ball across the line. They get the ball to 0. Reed, and then she goes in for a shot, and a foul is going to be called. 3:42 to play. We're in the first quarter here from Arizona on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15 here in a bit. It'll be the Lady Matadors going to the free throw line. The lady fouled was number 3, and that'll be Sanders going to the line. Your red pen here, Lee, is so hard as it'll be them going to the free throw line. Looking at the first toss up there, clanging off the front end of the iron, no good. She'll have another one. Back to the free throw line go the Lady Matadors. 3:42 to play. 6-0 is our score. Toss on its way up there. Good. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Moving right to left, leading 6-1. They push the ball to Cannon Green. Cannon stops outside the line, dribbles aggressively in. No place to go. Needs some help. Gives it out to Samaj Clark. Samaj at the free throw line. 5-footer. Good. Samaj with a nice little right-handed jumper, and the Lady Wildcats lead the Lady Matadors 8-1. Down the floor with the basketball will once again come the team. There's a walk. Travel's going to be called. We're on FM 92.7, and the Lady Wildcats have a lead of 8-1, and a timeout is asked for. Why don't we take it with them? Send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Arizona in 30 seconds. David Clary back here along with Neo Tate, Lee Wexler. I was going to say Lee Wexler along with Drew Thomas here as we broadcast from the bleachers. Lee, good start for the Lady Wildcats. They have an 8-1 lead.
Yeah, they do, and they're led by Samaj Clark with 6 points, Cannon Green also with 2, and it's really been Lady Wildcat basketball. Really, the whole quarter so far, they've really dominated play, I think.
Neil, your thoughts in the first few minutes of this game?
I think it's a slower game than last, but I think one thing that the Lady Wildcats are doing really well is defense. They've been holding them back, not making the Lady Matadors haven't been able to make it past half court on a couple of these drives.
Here come the Lady Wildcats back out, playing now with Lindsay Cleveland for the first time. Checking in, Demetria's in the ball game along with Cannon Green. Let's see, Oak Ridge also has Zayana Stewart along with Samaj Clark. Here come the Lady Wildcats once again, leading 8-1. Demetria works the ball to Cannon in the left corner. Green works the ball right side. Bounce pass right side goes to Cleveland outside the three-point line. Backs it up once again to Demetria. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay Cleveland drives left. She's hammered and fouled. Personal foul will be called against the Lady Matadors. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. 8-1 Lady Wildcats. 3:04 to play here in the first period. Demetria Strickland works the ball to Cleveland. Cleveland outside the line, dribbles right, extension of the free throw line, finds Cannon free. Cannon thought about a three, will not take the shot. The Lady Wildcats kick the ball back out to Zayana. Works the ball to Cannon. Cannon free throw line, but she took an extra step, and the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. 2:51 to play. We're in the first period here at McClintock High School. It depends on if you've watched that John Wayne movie before. It could be McClintock or it could be McClintock. I'm going to call it McClintock. Nearly a steal and by Lindsay Cleveland, saved though on the floor by the Lady Matadors. They've yet to get a field goal here, and we're down to 2:41 to play here in the first period. They work the dribble to the left side, number 3 with it, backing up right in front of the Oak Ridge bench, which is directly across the floor from us as we broadcast from the top row of this bleacher. They drive in for a shot, hits the rim, no good. Rebound by Zayana Stewart. Zayana works the ball down the floor, dribbles in, penetrates, takes it to the hole, she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line for the Lady Wildcats. 8-1 the score, Oak Ridge in the lead, 2:19 to play. Lee, you got to figure the Lady Matadors were just kind of sitting at home getting ready for Christmas, and they get the call they had to play today.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have no idea how that worked. We just know that the opponent Oak Ridge was supposed to play had to drop out. So this is a local team. They probably just found off the street. We don't know.
First free throw is good. Stewart has her first point of the ball game, and Oak Ridge leads 9-1. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, along against this team from Arizona. We're glad you were watching us or listening to us, wherever you might be. Second toss on its way up there. Good. Nice free throw by Stewart. And here comes Emily Lindsay in the ball game, and Cannon Green will check out. It's been all Oak Ridge so far, but Neil, as we saw Saturday, the Lady Wildcats jumped out to a big lead early in that game.
Yeah, one of the differences is this game isn't as physical as the one we saw yesterday. Lady Liberty put up a really good fight against the Lady Wildcats, but we're not seeing such a physical game this time.
Lindsay Cleveland with the basketball. Zayana Stewart might have walked, drives in. Nice move. Missed the shot. Got a finish there. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. As I just asked Neo here, Lee, the Saturday ball game, the Lady Wildcats jumped out to a big lead.
Yeah, they did, but unfortunately they weren't able to hold on to the lead. And that game was very fast and extremely physical. This game, not as much.
Here's a steal by Samaj. There's Zayana Stewart for 3. It's on its way. Hits the rim. No good. Rebound by the Lady Matadors. 9-1 our score. They're going to dribble, drive, pull up and shoot. A travel is going to be called against Shadow Mountain. They have some beautiful colors. Their colors are really a dark blue. They've got a little Carolina blue on it. Maybe a touch of gold on their numerals as well. I'm really surprised they haven't put any pressure on the Lady Wildcats. That was a problem for the Lady Wildcats, the trapping press that they put on Oak Ridge on Saturday. As Samaj thought about launching a 3, goes cross court. Lindsay Cleveland works the ball to Stewart, back to Lindsay, swings the ball back out to Demetria. There's Samaj. She shoots a 3. It's up, no good. Rebound Stewart. Up with a shot on the glass, no good. Again by the Lady Wildcats. Samaj comes down with the board. Another big offensive board for the Lady Wildcats, and they have dominated the glass here in the early going. Here's Lindsay Cleveland, a little 8-footer. It's up, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Matadors. Down the floor, coast to coast. Driving, stopping, shooting, no good. Foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. 1 minute, 7 seconds to play here in the first period. To the free throw line will go Shadow Mountain. It'll be 2 shots as they substitute. Lady Wildcats on top 10-1. First quarter action here from the desert. McClintock Chargers, the home, and this is their secondary gym. It's on a kind of like our B gym, but it's a little nicer than the one we were in Saturday. As that toss is on its way up, and it's good. 10-2. Lady Wildcats will get Jenna Johnson back in the ball game, coming off of a 20-point performance the other night in her first start. Back to the free throw line once again. We'll go the Lady Matadors. 10-2 Oak Ridge. Second toss on its way up there. Misses everything. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. So let's see. Lady Wildcats are playing with Jenna Johnson, Demetria Strickland, along with Lindsay Cleveland, Zayana Stewart, and Emily Lindsay. Here's Demetrio kicking the ball back out to Cleveland, back to Jenna. Jenna left side. Here comes Stewart driving, stopping, shooting one-handed jumper. Good. Zayana Stewart knocks down the shot, and Oak Ridge leads 12-2. 50 seconds to play. Here in the first quarter, they lob the ball across the line. They dribble in. They stop. They pull. They shoot. They score. Off the glass goes number 2. Lady Wildcats wanting to run, and they're going to call a travel against Demetria. Pretty good defense there by number 3 for them. It'll be Oak Ridge turning the ball over to them. 12-4 is our score. With the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. They lob it in. They work the ball to the free throw line. They walk. They shot is up. No good. Rebounded up and no good. Again, no good. Pulled away this time by Zayana Stewart. Zayana's going to work the ball straight down the floor, all the way to the hole. Take it off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Emily Lindsay. Wants to go back up with it. No good. Rebounded by Jenna for a second. Saved away. That's a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Wildcats. 21.8 seconds to play first quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead. 12-4 as we broadcast here from Arizona. Jenna Johnson fires it in to Stewart. She turns, she spins, she shoots, takes it off the glass, no good. Jenna on the board. Jenna Johnson kicks the ball back out once again. Down to 14 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats, Lindsay Cleveland dribbles the paint, kicks the ball back out. Here's a three-point shot on its way, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge. Emily Lindsay had it, and she is knocked down. No foul. Good rebounding position, though, for Emily Lindsay. She just couldn't hold on to the ball. Actually got undercut, I thought, as they bring the ball down the floor. Pass is intercepted by Oak Ridge. Taken away on a deflection by Stewart to Lindsay Cleveland, but that's the end of the first quarter. So we've played one quarter basketball here at McClintock High School in, I believe, Tempe, Arizona. The score, the Lady Wildcats on top, 12-4. We'll be back in 60 seconds. To Phoenix, Arizona, the Lady Wildcats in the lead 12-4 over Shadow Mountain as we're getting set to play the second quarter here live on our FM 92.7, FM 94.7, Prep Radio. It'll be the Lady Matadors with the basketball side court, and the second quarter is just underway. 12-4 our score. Underway here. They're moving left to right here wearing blue jerseys. They work the ball right side, number 0. That'll be Reed, and she's going to be called for a travel. Just didn't put the ball down on the floor, and it'll be Oak Ridge with the basketball side court. Oak Ridge comes out in the second quarter with Jenna Johnson, freshman, Ayana Porter, freshman, Lindsay Cleveland, freshman, Lauren Hart, senior, and the fifth player is Emily Lindsay. Ayana, 5-second count was on. She dribbles right, gives it over to Cleveland. Lindsay dribbles left, gives it off to Lauren. Lauren Hart comes cross court with the pass. A little bit weak on the pass there. It's intercepted, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. 12-4 the score. Dribbling a lot. Could be a 5-second call in their future. Here it goes to Reed, guarded by Ayana. Fires a pass inside. They turn, they spin. There's a foul called against Oak Ridge. I think it's going to go against Lauren Hart. I think it is, and that is going to be the foul, and that'll be personal foul number 1 for Lauren. It'll be the Lady Matadors going to the free throw line. 7:22 to play second quarter. 12-4 is the score. First of 2 free throws on its way up there. Good. 12-5 the score. Lady Wildcats in the lead as we broadcast here on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on prepradio.com. Second toss on its way up there. Hits the rim, but drops in good. Here comes Oak Ridge. Latest cut in half. 12-6 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Ayanna Porter with it. Works the ball to Johnson in the right corner. Jenna swings the ball around to the top to Lauren. Around it goes Lindsay. Cleveland doesn't catch it clean, but gives it off to Jenna, who drives the baseline. She's hand-checked and fouled. Foul called against 0-0 here. And it'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. They're substituting players in and out. They continue to bring some taller players as the Lady Wildcats will work the ball in with Emily Lindsay. And she's along the baseline there. It works it into Jenna. Jenna drives, stops, shoots. Good. Off the glass goes Jenna Johnson. And the Lady Wildcats lead it 14-6. Here comes Shadow Mountain down the floor. Shadow Mountain dribbles the ball to the midcourt line. Yet to get the ball across the line. They're about to now. Now they swing the ball all the way. She's doing a lot of dribbling. And Lady Wildcats set up their defense here. Oak Ridge on top, 14-6. 6 minutes, 46 seconds to play. They work the ball around to the right. They'll drive. They'll stop. Block shot by Jenna. Saved by Lindsay Cleveland. Great hustle. Lindsay Cleveland down to Ayanna Porter. Ayanna stops left, goes inside to Jenna, and she walks with the basketball. Nice little series, though, but she just couldn't quite get to it. And down the floor will come the Lady Matadors. Stephanie Thompson tells us our stream is looking good today. We thank Neo Tate for that as the ball is deflected and almost taken away by Lauren Hart. They're going to set for a long pass across the arc. They work the ball out to the top. Neo worked all night getting the stream to make sure it was going to work, and he's got it going here as the Lady Matadors try to work against Oak Ridge's offense, or defense that is. They put up a shot, no good. Long rebound, tracked down momentarily by Lindsay Cleveland, saved right back by the Lady Matadors. Then they launch a three. It's good. 3-point shot from downtown, and the Lady Wildcats lead us 5. 14-9 the score. Ayanna Porter. Lauren Hart thought about a three, dribbles, stops. What's the call? We're going to call a 3-second lane violation against Oak Ridge. 3-second lane violation, so the Lady Wildcats turn the ball over. 5:56 to play, second quarter, 14-9 the score. Lady Wildcats are going to get Samaj Clark back in the ball game. Let's see who checks out for Oak Ridge. I think it's going to be Emily Lindsay. Lady Wildcats playing with Jenna Johnson along with Ayanna Porter. Cannon Green's back in the ball game. Samaj Clark and Lauren Hart. Pass deflected and almost taken away. It's going to be Oak Ridge's basketball. Call it travel. I think it's actually just an out-of-bounds play. She never had possession. That for sure is not a travel. She just lost the ball. And it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. I agree with the fans up here. I agree. It's not a good call. It was something, but it was not a travel. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Here it goes to Ayanna Porter, out to Cannon Green. Works the ball to Hart. Lady Wildcat lead is 14-9. Oak Ridge setting it out with Ayanna. It dribbles along the baseline, fires a high pass, way too high, and it goes over the top of Oak Ridge's Lauren Hart and out of bounds. Lady Wildcats had the lead and were playing pretty solid basketball, but the Lady Matadors have been let back into the ballgame here. Let's see if the Lady Wildcats can get another stop and get some transition going. Here they come down the floor facing Oak Ridge's full court pressure once again. Almost a deflection by Johnson. Taken on the floor by number 3. She gets a screen. It's a moving screen. Shot is no good. Rebound out of bounds. They say last touch by Oak Ridge. That was a moving screen on number 22. Should have been called. Was not. It'll be the Matadors basketball underneath the goal. 14-9 is the score. Matadors with it right under the goal. They work the ball in. They drive in. She walked with it. They're going to call an offensive foul. Offensive player control foul against the big girl inside, and the Lady Wildcats have it on their turnover. 14-9 Oak Ridge. Kind of sloppy here in the second quarter.
Well, there's definitely not as much offense and scoring as there was the other day.
Yesterday, it was a 75-70 win for the team that we played, the Liberty, as the Lady Wildcats. Samaj Clark has it at the free throw line. Jenna Johnson for 3. No good. Rebound tracked down by Ayanna Porter. It's a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to the Lady Matadors. Oak Ridge playing with Lauren Hart, Samaj Clark, Jenna Johnson. Looks like Ayanna Porter's in the ball game. Missing somebody for the Lady Wildcats. Who is that? That would be another steal by Oak Ridge. Samaj has it. Samaj Clark dribbles in. No place to go. Kicks the ball right side. Porter in the corner gives it out to Johnson. Johnson to Cannon Green. Free throw line jumper is no good. Rebound to the Lady Matadors. Lady Wildcats have all of a sudden gone cold with their shooting. Here comes Shadow Mountain coming down the floor. 14-9 is our score. Their basketball. Around a screen. They dribble in. They penetrate right. Kick it out for a wide open three. Good. 3-point shot. And just like that, guess what? We've got a ball game. 14-12 the score. Down to 14-11 the score. Here comes Oak Ridge. Well, Lady Wildcats need somebody to pop some shots in. Here's Samaj for three. It's no good. A rebound by the Lady Matadors. And then a jump ball is called, the alternate position. A reach-in probably should have been a foul called. The Matador fans think so. And the Lady Wildcats will get possession because of the arrow. Cannon Green will work the ball in. Lady Wildcats in a 14-11 game. Here comes Lauren Hart along the baseline. She walks for the basketball. Lady Wildcats, this is their kind of a slow, they started strong, and they've started strong in almost every ball game, but they have struggled down the stretch here. Here's a steal by Lauren Hart. Lauren Hart and Lady Wildcats down the floor. Lauren shovels it off to Jenna Johnson. Johnson outside the line, lobs it over to Cannon, or to Samaj, top of the circle. Samaj dribbles right. She is going to be called, no, it's going to be a foul. Thought they're going to call a double dribble, but I guess she caught her on the arm. And before a 3 to play in the first half, it'll be another personal foul. And I believe it'll be team foul number 5 called against the Lady Matadors as a timeout is asked for. We'll take a quick break. 4:03 to play, 14-11 our score. We'll be back to McClintock High School in 30 seconds. Wexler, Neo Tate, Drew Thomas is with us here. Our engineer is Brian Bennett back in the studios of FM 92.7. While I have the opportunity, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for our broadcasts on, whether it be on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, whether it be on prepradio.com or on FM 92.7. Today's individual game sponsor is the Oak Ridge Utility District. We thank them for giving us a little extra boost for this ball game today. Lady Wildcats by 3, 14-11 is our score. Not a whole lot of scoring here in the second quarter. We've played about halfway through. Lady Wildcats, Cannon Green has the ball right in front of the Shadow Mountain bench. Works the ball, needs some help. No place to go. Somebody's got to come up and get her. It's going to be Jenna Johnson allowed to drive in for a shot. No good. Rebound almost saved away by Zayana Stewart. They're going to say it is last touch by the Lady Matadors. They want a little change in that, but nothing's going to happen. It'll be Cannon Green to work the ball in. Cannon from the baseline. Lady Wildcats have gone cold. Got to get the ball in. Then it comes up high, and pass is intercepted. Taken on the floor by the Lady Matadors. That's a charge. You got to call it, and he did. Number 3 just flat out ran over, I believe, Demetria Strickland. Good call by the official. Good defensive setup by Demetria. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Lady Wildcats have got to find some offense. I've forgotten here, Lee. What was the score after one quarter?
Well, it was 12-4 in favor of the Wildcats, and so far the only points in the second quarter came from Jenna Johnson early in the second quarter.
Here comes Jenna driving in for a little 6-footer off the glass shot. Good. Jenna Johnson scored. Lady Wildcats once again up by 5. Down the floor will come the Lady Matadors. Almost a steal there by Demetria. And then they're going to set a trap, and then they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Oak Ridge. That will be the case. Demetria almost got the ball away. It'll be a personal foul against the Lady Wildcats. 16-11. Oak Ridge in the lead. 3:20 to play second quarter. Lady Wildcats have led the entire way here. Lady Matadors have made it a little bit too close here as of late, as they work the ball down the floor with 3:17 to play, still in the rear court. Point guard's going to bring the ball across the line. Lady Wildcats slump back in their defense. Their coach yelling out instructions to the team on the floor. Shadow Mountain, kind of a hard screen set there. They've got that wide open 3. This was going to be off the mark. Rebound over the back. They get a shot up from Aid. Hits the rim. No good. Jenna Johnson's got the rebound, Oak Ridge. Jenna Johnson coming down to Samaj, running the floor, pulling up and shooting. No good. Rebounded by Stewart. Back up. Good. And she's fouled. Zayana, they're going to call it travel. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely horrendous call. Horrendous call. One of the worst calls I've ever seen in a basketball game. Just an absolutely horrendous call. That should have been an M1. Absolutely terribly. That was absolutely so bad as they worked the ball out to the top of the circle. 16-11 the score, officially a 5-point lead. They work the ball in, out to the corner they go. She thought about driving, she will. Turning, spinning, picked up her dribble. You got to call that, and he did. So he might have made up for the bad call on the other end, although it was a good call by the official. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Lee, we haven't seen the greatest of officiating in both games.
David, I'm not going to comment on the officiating.
You are such a... Anyway, 16-11 the score. Comes Oak Ridge with the basketball. They're a lot of contact. Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. Here they come down the floor. Samaj steals it, then kicks it. Now it's actually Zayana who got it and then kicked it out of bounds. Good hustle, though. She tried to sweep the ball away. It'll be the... I cannot get over that call down there. She didn't even take that many steps. It'll be the Matadors to work the ball in. And it comes almost to deflection and knocked out of bounds. That's a good call. This official to the right here has done a good job. It's the guy up top who's struggling just a bit. It'll be the Lady Matadors basketball here, side front court here. Oak Ridge in the lead, 16-11. Here's the lob in, and they save it. Good defense. They've got a wide open three, though. They left her open. Lady Wildcats 10, the lead shooters open at the wing, and Oak Ridge's lead is only 2. 16-14. Somebody's got to pick up some scoring slack here. Here comes Zayana Stewart. She throws up a one-handed jumper. Good. No walk there. It'll be a 2-point bucket by Zayana Stewart. 18-14 the score. Lady Wildcats by 4. Minute 42 to play. Nearly a walk there. They work the ball across the line, dribbling coast to coast, kicking it out for a 3 in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Stewart. Lady Wildcats have numbers. Here's the long pass to Jenna Johnson. She drives, she stops, she scores. Johnson scores for the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge leads by 6. 20-14. There's a hand check foul against Cannon Green. Right here in front of us. Minute 22 to play here in the second quarter, 20-14. Lady Wildcats have led the entire way. Glad you've tuned in, whether on YouTube or on Prep Radio or on FM 92.7. It'll be the Lady Matadors with the basketball. 20-14, Oak Ridge in the lead. A minute 20 to play in the second quarter. Dribbling out the midcourt line. Bounce pass left side goes to number 2, guarded by Samaj Clark. She dribbles, swings the ball back to the top to number 1. She works the ball and fires a pass, almost taken away by Demetria. They pull up, right elbow shot, clang off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Samaj Clark. Samaj coming coast to coast, dribbling, driving, bounce pass inside, kicked away, saved by the Lady Matadors. Picked up her foot, almost a travel, taken away. Here they come down the floor. Great play, Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats sweep the ball away with Demetria Strickland. Here comes Samaj in the corner, driving in, got a screen. There's Johnson. Jenna pulls up, shoots, got hammered, no call. Here comes Samaj back with a shot up, no good, but she does draw the foul, and Samaj Clark will go to the line. Lee, how many points does Samaj have to this point in the game?
Let's see. Samaj Clark has 2, 4, 6, 8. She has 8 points, but she's going, she has 6 points, but she's going to the free throw line right now.
She'll have 2 shots, foul in the act of shooting. 38.3 seconds to play in the first half. Oak Ridge on top, 20-14. Samaj's free throw hits the back end of the rim, no good. Lady Wildcats playing with Demetria Strickland, Cannon Green, Jenna Johnson, Samaj Clark, one other Lady Wildcat, who that is Zayana Stewart. Samaj back to the line, 20-14. Oak Ridge trying to go back up by 7. Toss is good. Samaj hits the toss, and here come the Matadors down the floor. They run the floor well, get a shot off, and score. The Wildcats got beaten down the floor, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Wildcats. They work the ball across the line, setting the dribble out to the top. Over it goes to the midcourt circle. Left side it goes to Clark. Lady Wildcats lead is 6. 22-16 the score. Lady Wildcats, Zayana drives in, and they're going to call a travel against her. A little closer to a travel that time. I'm not going to make a big deal about that one. 16.7 seconds to play here. Lady Wildcats will get the ball first in the second half, trying to get a stop here in the final 15 seconds. They work the ball across the line. They set the ball across the time to number 2. They kick the ball back in. The Lady Wildcats need to stop right here in the final 6 seconds. 21-16 the score. They dribble, they drive, they shoot a 3, way off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Lindsay Cleveland as the first half comes to a close. So Lady Wildcats do hold on to the lead here, 21-16. Lee, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, definitely not as much offense and physicality as we saw the first game, but Jenna Johnson with a much better second quarter than, per se, the first quarter. Samaj Clark came up a little empty there in the second quarter, but we'll get the stats here and we'll present that here in a moment.
Neil, your thoughts on the first half?
I think late in the second, the shots got a little stale. We weren't putting as much points. I think we allowed Shadow Mountain to come back a little bit.
Take a break here. We're at halftime here from McClintock High School. I believe it's Tempe, Arizona. It's right outside of Phoenix here. Lady Wildcats have the lead 21-16. Appreciate all of our sponsors and our benefactors and our patrons for allowing us to make the trip out here to Arizona. All of our sponsors, you hear the commercials on the radio, like Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, like Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Mortgage Investors Group, along with 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and I'm forgetting somebody, Ortho Tennessee. My apologies to them. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We're going to take a break. We're going to send it off to Brian Bennett. The Lady Wildcats have the lead, 21-16. We'll be back to McClintock High School following this 3-minute timeout. Here, Tempe, Arizona. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 21-16. Lee Wexler, you've got the scoring to this point in the game.
Lady Wildcats are led in scoring by Samaj Clark. She has 7 points. She is currently 3 of 8 from the field. She is 3 of 5 shooting twos, and she is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Zayana Stewart with 6 points. She is 2 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 shooting twos, and she is 2 for 2 shooting free throws. Cannon Green with 2 points. She is 1 for 3 from the field. 1 of 3 shooting twos, actually. Jenna Johnson with 6 points. All 6 points came in the second quarter. She is 3 of 8 from the field. And that's really all the scoring. Oak Ridge has only had 4 scorers here, David. Zayana Stewart, Samaj Clark, Cannon Green, and Jenna Johnson. So only 4 people on the scoreboard so far. Not as offensive as the game on Saturday against Liberty, not as physical either, but I think Oak Ridge could benefit by using some extra scorers and just having some shots go in.
Thanks a lot, Lee. I appreciate that. Here, the Lady Wildcats do have the lead 21-16. I want to remind everybody that tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the Oak Ridge boys basketball team will be in action at Loudon High School at the Loudon Christmas Classic. They'll be taking on Lakeway Christian High School out of Morristown, Tennessee. That game will be, as I mentioned, at 1 o'clock at Loudon. Obviously, we're here. We won't be able to broadcast, but we will be sending a broadcast crew there, and we will tape the ball game, and we'll have it on YouTube later tomorrow. If the Lady Wildcats win this ball game, or if they lose this ball game, they will play at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, somewhere here, or I think it's at Tempe High School, perhaps on Tuesday. And we'll have the broadcast on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, and prepradio.com. We're at halftime here. Lady Wildcats on top 21-16. We'll be back with the second half in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again here to the McClintock High School gym. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here's a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Samaj Clark. So we are underway here in the second half. Lady Wildcats up 21-16. The Lady Wildcats have never trailed in this ball game. Lady Wildcats this season trying to do something. They have struggled to hold leads this year, and hopefully this will be the night that they will go from start to finish. Lady Wildcat basketball. Lauren Hart dribbles in, no place to go, backs it up to Ayana Porter. Porter might have walked, gives it out to Smaj, baseline jumper, hits the rim, no good. On the rebound, saved away by the Lady Wildcats. Good hustle by Oak Ridge. Cannon walks for the basketball. I don't blame her. I understand exactly what she saw. She got the ball at the top of the circle, and the lane just parted like the Red Sea, and she just took that extra step, but unfortunately, it is a turnover. Here they come down the floor. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 21-16. They work the ball to the midcourt circle. Ayana dribbling. There's a charge. Out of control. They've been out of control trying to take it to the hole all night, and they continue to get charges like that. It's about the third or fourth charge called against them.
Yeah, that would be number 2 for Shadow Mountain. I believe that's her third foul.
Lady Wildcats in the lead, 21-16. Lady Wildcats kind of went cold there in the second quarter, trying to find some offense, which is interesting. They scored 70 on Saturday. Right now they got 21. Here they come down the floor, 7:09 to play here in the third quarter. Their defense has been superb, though. Here comes Ayana Porter driving right, giving it off to Hart. Lauren comes out to the midcourt circle, bumped, letting her, there's aggressively defending her. He's got a 5-second count on. Samaj thought about shooting a 3, gives it into Jenna. Jenna pulls up. What's the call? Personal foul called against the Lady Matadors, and that's going to send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. It'll be the freshman Jenna Johnson going to the free throw line. 6:54 to play here in the third period. 21-16 the score, and Jenna will go to the free throw line.
Jenna Johnson with 6 points so far today, David. This is her first time at the free throw line.
First toss is up, no good. Foul in the act of shooting. She'll have another one. Neo Tate's doing camera work up top here, working the scoreboard, working the stream, which seems to be working fine. And down on the floor, we got Drew Thomas, Brian Bennett back at the station. Jenna's second toss up there. Nice rotation. Shot is good. 22-16 the score. Here come the Lady Matadors down the floor. Good defense by Cannon Green. Just drove her out of bounds. They're going to call a foul against Cannon. Just good defense. One official is really good. The other one looks like perhaps a junior varsity official. He's trying his best, though. I'll give him that. I mean, as Lady Matadors work the ball in, and it comes to number 00. 6:45 to play third quarter, 22-16. Lady Wildcats in the lead here. Winner plays at 8 o'clock. The loser plays at 8 o'clock. It just depends on what gym you're going to play in. Number 3 with the basketball. Dribbling against Cannon. Got a screen. Worked through it. She drives in, throws up a shot. Good. Number 3 puts it in. And I believe that's Sanders. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Ayana Porter bumped and fouled. Just too aggressive are the Lady Matadors. The way they defend is just bump you, knock you down. Ayana's not a very big young lady here, and she just got dropped to the floor. Their coach not too happy about that. And we're underway once again. 22-18 Oak Ridge ball. Samaj Clark, Ayana Porter. Ayana scored 20 points in her first game against McMinn County. Hasn't taken as many shots since, as Jenna gives it to Samaj. Three-pointer, no good. Out of bounds it goes. Lady Wildcats struggling to find some offense here. Oak Ridge does lead, though, 22-18. Oak Ridge's pressure has been good. See what they can do on this trip down the floor. Matador basketball. Working the ball, number 3. Dribbles the ball across the line. Works into trouble. Launches a 3. It's up, clang off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Ayana Porter. Lady Wildcats have Samaj down the floor. Samaj runs the floor and throws the ball one too many times. Lady Wildcats got bailed out by a kick. I think Samaj might have been able to take that shot, but she tried to pass it to Jenna. The ball got kicked. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. They're going to substitute once again. New post player coming into the contest. It'll be Lady Wildcat basketball. Cannon's going to try to work it in. Looks into Samaj. Great feed. Cannon Green saw Samaj cut to the rim, and Lady Wildcats got an easy 2. Nice play by both Cannon Green and Samaj Clark. Here come the Lady Matadors, coast to coast. If you think ours was a walk earlier, and think that was almost like a Euro step right there. Way too many steps. There's a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to Oak Ridge. 24-18 the score. Nobody happy with the officiating here tonight. Both sides. Except Lee. Lee thinks it's all good. 5:32 to play here in the third quarter. 24-18 the score. Cannon Green with it to Samaj in the left corner. Had Jen early, couldn't get the ball to her. Back it goes to Lauren Hart. Hart, great pass. Samaj, 8-footer, good. Really nice play by Lauren Hart. She found Samaj on the baseline, and the coach of the Matadors has seen enough. Calls a timeout. 5:17 to play, third quarter. They put the score on the wrong side. Lady Wildcats have the lead. Should be up by 6. The scoreboard is wrong. We'll be back in a moment. Let's make this a 60. FM 92.7. Lady Wildcats have built the lead back up to 8, 26-18, playing really smart team basketball. It'll be the Lady Matadors for the basketball. It'll be to work the ball in. They'll be facing Oak Ridge's pressure once again. They'll try to work the ball down the floor. Here's a trap set at the midcourt line. She falls down. The Wildcats trap her at the line, and the Wildcats are going to steal it. It's going to be a jump ball. The alternate possession arrow to Oak Ridge. Great trapping defense by Oak Ridge. They got her caught right at the midcourt line on the sideline. She had no place to go, and the Lady Wildcats have it on their turnover. with the basketball. Oak Ridge, Samaj Clark in the left corner. Thought about going back to Cannon. Swings it around to Lauren Hart. Hart holds the ball top of the circle back to Ayana. Ayana to Lauren. Lauren back to the right corner to Green. Bounce pass goes to Samaj. Inside Cannon. 8-footer. No good. On the rebound, it's another jump ball. This time the alternate possession arrow will give them the basketball. Lady Wildcats on top 26-18. 4 minutes, 48 seconds to play third quarter. We're live on FM 92.7, FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and we're streaming live on our Prep Radio channel. With the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. They'll work the ball to the right, outside in front of their bench. Here comes Oak Ridge's Lindsay Cleveland about to come into the game. Good defense by Oak Ridge, not allowing them to penetrate. They've got a size advantage, but the Lady Wildcats have done a good job keeping them out of the paint. Now they dribble in, they walk, and what is he going to call? They're going to call a foul on the floor. I don't know. That probably was a little bit of a hack. It's going to be a personal foul against Oak Ridge on the floor, not a shooting violation, as Lindsay Cleveland comes into the game and Cannon Green will check out. 26-18, Lady Wildcats. Matador basketball. They work the ball in. Shot is good. Lady Wildcats might have fallen asleep a little bit on the inbounds. Here comes Oak Ridge's Lindsay Cleveland driving in for the shot. Shot is blocked. Blocked by the Lady Matadors, and she's having trouble with it. Throws the ball away. Lauren Hart steals it, scores! Great play! Lauren Hart and the Lady Wildcats are back up by 8. 28-20 the score, and I believe that's Lauren's first 2 points of the ball game. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. 3 minutes, 56 seconds to play. Dribbling number 3, lobs it back door along the baseline. Wants to drive against Samaj. Does. Shot short. Rebounded by Jenna Johnson. Lady Wildcats running the floor. Here comes Ayana Porter. Gives it into Lauren again. Back to Ayana. Stops. Pops. Drops. 2 points. Ayana Porter. And the Lady Wildcat lead is 10. 30-20 the score. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the third period. With the basketball once again will come the Lady Matadors. Walking the ball across the line. Bounce pass outside the arc. Guarded by Lauren Hart. They swing the ball to the top of the circle. That girl popped some threes earlier. Tried to shoot as they drive in. Pull up, shoot, block shot. What's the call? It's going to be a personal foul against Oak Ridge. I believe it'll go against Lindsay Cleveland. And if that's the case, that'll be Lindsay's first foul, I do believe. A shooting violation will send the Lady Matadors to the line. Who is this, and how many points has she scored?
This is number 3. She has scored 6 points.
As we said, we have a full roster here. We have a full roster that we had to get before the game. They're not in the official book because they were not honestly scheduled to play in this tournament. As the first free throw is good. Zayana Stewart is coming back in the ball game for the Lady Wildcats. Looks like Demetria Strickland is in the game as well. Oak Ridge leads 30-21, a 9-point advantage. 3:19 to play third period. Back to the free throw line. Number 3 for them. That's Sanders. Looks at the toss, hits the rim, no good. Rebounded by Stewart. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor, leading by 9. Zayana Stewart dribbles, stops, gives it out here to Demetria Strickland. Demetria, top of the circle, finds Hart free. Lauren harassed. Foul, no call. Here goes Lindsay Cleveland. Lauren's just getting beat up. Here comes Ayana, left side back to Lauren. Dribbles left, swings the ball around a screen by Stewart, gives it off to Demetria Strickland. Demetria at the midcourt circle, looks at the clock. 2 minutes, 54 seconds to play third quarter. There's a walk. Demetria was trying to give the ball to Lauren, and Lauren had not quite cleared her defender, and she kind of hesitated and took that extra step, and the Lady Wildcats turned the ball over. It'll be the Lady Matadors from Shadow Mountain High School with the basketball, trailing Oak Ridge 30-21. 2:49 to play third quarter. Lady Wildcats trying to even their record at 4-4 on the year. With the basketball, number 3 works in, penetrates against Cleveland. They launch a 3, no good. Over the back, that should have been over the back. They get a shot off, no good. Again, no good. Pulled away, loose on the floor. Lindsay has it, falls on the baseline. It'll be their basketball. 2:30 to play third quarter. Should have been over the back once again. I think as the Lady Matadors will try to work the ball in from underneath the goal. But it looks like number 5 to work the ball in. Lobs the ball into the big, tall player. Pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Taken on the floor by Jenna Johnson. The freshman drive, lays it off the glass. Good. Johnson scores. The Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge has an 11-point lead. 32-21 the score. Here come the Lady Matadors down the floor with a basketball for them. Number 3. Works the ball in, pulls up, shoots, Hits the rim, no good. Lauren Hart has the rebound. Slings the ball down the floor to Lindsey Cleveland. Lindsey turning, spinning, driving. Reverse layup, shot no good. Reach in, what's the call? Foul's going to be called against Ayanna Stewart. She fouls big number 22. It'll be them substituting another player into the ball game. It'll be the Lady Matadors with it. 2:05 to play third quarter. Neo Tate doing the work on the stream today, and I think we've been nearly flawless. Got good sound, got good picture, got good stats by Lee. I don't know what Drew's doing. Hopefully not taking a nap. 1:58 to play third quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead, 32-21 the score. They throw the ball away off the fingertips of one of the Lady Matadors out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge. We'll be speaking to the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor, after the ball game. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. We'll have a full rundown of the statistics provided by Lee Wexler. Reminder, the boys are in action tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Loudon High School at the Loudon Christmas Classic. They're taking on Lakeway Christian for the first time ever in a 1 o'clock ball game. We will not be able to broadcast, obviously, on the radio, as Lauren's going to drive in, give it into Jenna, goes in for the layup. Good. Jenna Johnson scores, and the Lady Wildcat lead is now 13, 34-21. We will have a crew there. We will videotape the game and put it on YouTube with broadcasting. That'll be tomorrow at Loudon High School. 13-point Oak Ridge lead, a much better third quarter than we saw in the second quarter. Lady Wildcats with a sizable lead at 13 now.
Yeah, Oak Ridge has added 13 points here in the third quarter, David, with about 1:12 left to play in the third quarter.
They launch a three. It's up, no good. Rebound, Lindsey Cleveland of the Lady Wildcats. Had Lauren Hart down the floor, pulls it down the floor to Demetria. Demetria pulls up, 10-footer. Oh, not a bad-looking shot. Just wouldn't go for. Here's 0-0 with the basketball for the Lady Matadors. Under a minute to play in the third period, 34-21. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. 0-0 with the basketball. That'll be Reed. She calls the play. She works the ball on a bounce pass on the right side. Off it goes to Gross. She works the ball, deflected pass at the midcourt line. They save it and set up the offense once again. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. 34-21 the score. Lady Matador basketball. To the left it goes. Pass taken and intercepted Oak Ridge. Demetria Strickland right-handed off the glass. Up good. Demetria scores for the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge has a 15-point lead.
That's Demetria's first points of the game.
Down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Lady Matadors. 20 seconds and counting in the third period. They pick up their dribble. They sling it to the left. They throw the ball away. Be Oak Ridge basketball. 15.6 seconds to play in the third period. A 15-point advantage. Oak Ridge over Shadow Mountain. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. In the final 15 seconds of the third quarter, ticking down here from McClintock High School. With the basketball is Ayanna Stewart. Back to the top they go. Lady Wildcats have Cannon Green in the ball game. They've got Lindsey Cleveland. They work the ball to the top. They throw the ball to Demetria. Demetria can't save it. Lady Wildcats close out this third quarter. Not so good. They turned it all over, but they only have 0.4 seconds to come down the floor, and they won't be able to do it as the third quarter comes to a close. 3 quarters of basketball in the books here on FM 92.7 on our Prep Radio YouTube channel and prepradio.com. Oak Ridge on top 36-21. We'll be back for the fourth and final quarter in 60 seconds. David Clary back here along with Lee Wexler, Neo Tate, Drew Thomas, Brian Bennett back in the studios of FM 92.7. Fourth and final quarter About to get underway here. Lady Wildcats on top by 15, 36-21. They've led the entire way. Here's a steal. Great anticipation by Oak Ridge, and we're going to get a layup out of it. Stopping, shooting, up, and good. Lady Wildcats score with Demetria Strickland, and the Lady Wildcat lead is 17, 38-21. Great anticipation of that pass there. An easy steal by Demetria, and a nice layup on the other end. They launch a three. It's up good. That's a nice shot by the Lady Matadors, and they're going to call a quick timeout. Lee, while you have a moment here, we won't take a break here. Why don't you run down the scoring to this point for both teams?
For Oak Ridge, Demetria Strickland with, looks like 4 points. She just made a point right there, David. Had an easy layup. Zayana Stewart so far with 6 points. Ayana Porter has 2. Samaj Clark with 11. Cannon Green with 2. Jenna Johnson with 11. David?
7:33 to play in the ball game. 38-24 the score. We are on FM 92.7. Lady Wildcats, as I mentioned, will play tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time, win or lose. Right now they're up by 14. Still a lot of time to go. The guys are going to be playing at 1 o'clock in Loudon as a part of the Loudon Christmas Classic. And, of course, the guys will be going to Nashville to the CPA Next Level Tournament. That'll be after Christmas, but they'll play at 1 o'clock tomorrow against Lakeway Christian. That's out of Morristown. And then on Wednesday, Lady Wildcats will play as well, or the guys will play as well against Concord Christian, and that'll be at Loudon. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. They're a lot more aggressive on defense as we start play here with Zayana Stewart in the right corner, driving the baseline, getting a little 5-footer, hits the rim, no good. Rebound, foul's going to be called. Very close. It could have been a jump ball there, but the one official, he made the right call. It was a foul by Zayana. It'll be their basketball. Can't let them back in. One thing I noticed here, Neo, is the fact that they came out a little bit more aggressive after that timeout.
Yeah, it was a sudden change, but I think it's going to help them in the end.
3-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Lindsay Cleveland. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Cannon was down the floor. She just brings the ball across the line, and Oak Ridge sets it up. Zayana Stewart at the free throw line. Dribbles right, backs it up once again to Demetria. Demetria works the dribble to her right, penetrates in, gives it inside to Emily Lindsay, and Emily is what? Fouled. Personal foul is going to be called against the Lady Matadors. Emily Lindsay's in the ball game. Cannon Green, Lindsay Cleveland is in the game. I hope we get a chance to get some of these other Lady Wildcats in who have not played. Lady Wildcats had their biggest lead of the year, honestly, as they worked the ball with a 14-point lead. They worked the ball to Zayana. Zayana cannot shoot. Dribbles in the paint, wants to shoot. Guys pass. Emily Lindsay, shot is no good. Should have used the glass on that one. She went in for a little jumper from about 2 feet out and probably should have just put it off the glass there, tried to just kind of pop it up there, and here comes the Lady Matadors with the basketball coming down the floor. We're down to 6:35 and counting. 38-24, the Lady Wildcats in the lead. They work the ball to the free throw line. They can't give up wide open threes. They do. 3-point shot, good. They're back in the ball game again. Lady Wildcats coming down the floor with the basketball once again, Oak Ridge. Lindsay Cleveland dribbles in, pulls up, 5-footer, good. Lindsay Cleveland with a baseline jumper. And just like that, the Lady Wildcats stop the bleeding. 40-28, the score, back to a 12-point game.
That was Lindsay Cleveland's first points of the game, David.
Just about everybody who's played has scored, with the exception maybe of Emily Lindsay right now. She's still in there right now. They shoot a three. That's an air ball out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. 5:57 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 40-28. We're broadcasting on FM 92.7. The Oak Ridge Utility District, our sponsor today, our individual sponsor, helping us get this broadcast on from Phoenix, Arizona. Closer to Tempe, I guess, as there's got to be a foul. What was that? As they work the ball to the top, here it goes out to Samaj Clark. Samaj holds it, and then now what are they going to call? He does call something finally. Going to go against number 22. They let him play. I don't mind them letting them play a little bit, but you get a little bit too physical sometimes. You let the game get out of control here. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, but Coach Taylor will call a timeout. Why don't we take him with him? 5:43 to play in the ball game. 40-27 our score. We'll be back to McClintock High School in 30 seconds. Welcome back once again to Lady Wildcats in the lead, 40-27. Trying to get a win here in the desert at the Nike Tournament of Champions tournament. Oak Ridge basketball. Cannon's going to work the ball in. Then it comes to Demetria Strickland. Had Samaj early, couldn't get the ball to her. Gives it into Cannon. Cannon kicks it out to Emily Lindsay. She double dribbles the basketball. Lady Wildcats turn the ball over. 5 minutes, 36 seconds to play here in the ball game. 40-27. Lady Wildcats had a huge lead. It's dwindled down here. Lady Wildcats got to close this one out here. With the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. They work the dribble to the left, work the ball to the right, back to the top of the circle, picked up her dribble. She drives against Emily. Deflected pass, intercepted by Oak Ridge. Then out of bounds, the ball is last touched by Oak Ridge. Kind of got tripped there. Lady Wildcats, Demetria Strickland got it. As Emily Lindsay comes out of the ball game, Jenna Johnson is going to check back in. 5:21 to play in the ball game. 40-27. Their basketball. They work the ball down low, and the ball goes right between the fingertips of both the Lady Matador and Jenna Johnson out of bounds. Last touch by Jenna. It'll be their basketball. 5:19 to play. 40-27 the score. Trying to get the ball in. They lob it in. They throw the ball away. Emily Lindsay to Lindsay Cleveland to Jenna Johnson. Right-handed layup. Good. Jenna Johnson gets the fast break points, and Oak Ridge leads 42-27. 5:09 to play. Nice play, Oak Ridge.
13 points, David, for Jenna Johnson.
Had 20 in her first start the other day against Liberty High School out of Nevada. Their basketball, number 3, works around a screen, shoots a 3. That's an air ball. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. 4:52 to play, second period here. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 42-27. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Demetria Strickland works it across the line, aggressively gets it across the stripe, works the ball to her right, bumped and fouled. Personal foul will go against number 3 for them. That'll be Sanders. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Here's a good-looking basketball team walking in the gym to our left here. Good-looking girls, tall, big, physical, athletic-looking girls as the Lady Wildcats work the ball in. Playing with Cannon Green, Demetria Strickland, Lindsay Cleveland, Jenna Johnson, and one other Lady Wildcat. Who is it? It's Samaj Clark. Here's Lindsay, little bucket. Shot no good. Jenna had the rebound. Saved on the floor there by Samaj Clark. Free throw line jumper is good. Samaj Clark drops it in, and Oak Ridge leads on the scoreboard 44-27. Is that correct, Neo?
That is correct.
They've been wrong the entire tournament. You got volunteers, and you know they're not familiar with any of the teams, so you know they're going to make a few mistakes, and they have, as there's going to be a reach-in foul called against Oak Ridge. 4:14 to play. In fact, the score was totally wrong in the final on Saturday, but we got that taken care of. Once again, Oak Ridge in the lead, 44-27. Lady Wildcats headed for their first victory here, their 4th victory of the year, if they can hold on for the final 4 minutes and 14 seconds. For the basketball will come the Lady Matadors. Bounce pass left side. Over he goes to number 1 for them. That's Williams. Guarded there by Lindsay Cleveland. Wanted to drive. There's 5 seconds. 5-second call. Good defense by Lindsay Cleveland. Not so great offense by Victoria Williams. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge's point guard right now, Demetria Strickland. She walks the ball across the midcourt line, stops, left extension of the free throw line, gives it over to Cannon Green, who tacks inside, pulls up, shoots inside the paint. Up, no good. Jenna Johnson has the rebound, though. Lady Wildcats reset. 3:45 to play. Here's Demetria off the glass shot, a little hard, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Matadors. They're going to push it up the floor. 3:37 to play in the ball game. 44-27 is our score. They have the basketball. Number 1, Victoria Williams. Bounce pass intercepted Oak Ridge. We should have a layup. Demetria steals it. Demetria shoots it. Demetria has 2 more points for Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge leads by 19, 46-27.
6 points for Demetria, David.
Down the floor with the basketball once again will come number 0, 3:13 to play. Oak Ridge headed for a win here at McClintock High School. Hopefully we'll be finally playing in a big gym. We've played in just little dinky gyms the first 2 ball games. There's a block shot, rebounded by Oak Ridge. Lindsay Cleveland. Down it goes to Demetria. Demetria off the glass shot. Good. Demetria scores again on the fast break, and Coach Taylor will call a timeout. Biggest lead of the day for the Lady Wildcats. They lead the Shadow Mountain 48-27. We'll be back in 30 seconds. McClintock High School, Lady Wildcats headed for their 4th win of the year. Oak Ridge on top, 48-27. Bounce back win. Lady Wildcats put 70 on the board the other day in a loss, 75-70. But they're gonna win this ball game, and Shadow Mountain is going to be the first team from Arizona the Lady Wildcats will ever have beaten. Their basketball down to 2:45 to play, 48-27. We played a lot of teams. Here's a great steal by Lauren Hart. Lauren Hart was going to drive coast to coast, give it into Samaj, layup. Good. Oh, no good. Battles for her own rebound, can't take it, saved away, and then they step out of bounds with it. Good play by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats just didn't finish the shot there, but they do get the ball back right under the goal. Lady Wildcats about to get Emily back in the ball game. Who's going to check out? Looks like Jenna is going to come out. Emily's going to stay in. Lauren Hart's in. Demetria Strickland, along with, let's see, for Oak Ridge, Samaj Clark. Oak Ridge with it. Lady Wildcats also have a new player in the ball game. They work the ball inside. They work the ball to the right side. Lady Wildcats, Demetria drives in, works the ball down the floor, and the Lady Wildcats have in the ball game, looks like, as I'm looking for that number, Anaya Porter in the ball game. Her first ever action for the Lady Wildcats here. Lady Wildcats turn the ball back over. We're down to 2:14 to play, 48-27 the score. Down the floor once again will come Zero. She works the ball left side. Lady Wildcats headed for a win, just ticking down the final 2 minutes of this ball game. Let's see if we can get some other players in the ball game. Here's a deflection. Emily almost had it, goes off her fingertips, then they step out of bounds with it. Down to 1:57 to play in the ball game. Neil Tate is doing our stream work today, and what a good job. We tested it last night and to make sure everything was going to work, and we got it all taken care of. When you go to remote places, like we're sitting in the bleachers right now, we had to extend our cord a long ways just to get our setup here. We were here about an hour and a half early. Lauren Hart, little 5-footer off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Matadors. Anaya Porter's in the ball game for Lady Wildcats, along with Demetria Strickland, Emily Lindsay, Lauren Hart, and Samaj Clark. See if we get, look like maybe one other Lady Wildcat yet to play in the ball game. Maybe we'll get her in as well. Of course, Kayla Foon is not able to play. Gracie is not able to play. That had to be 5. Lady Wildcat fans had to cue the official to make the 5-second call, and it was made properly. Lady Wildcats are going to get Lindsay Cleveland in the ball game. Samaj is going to come out. Lauren Hart's going to come out of the ball game. 1:25 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead, 48-27. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Demetria works the ball right wing, gives it off once again to number 12, Lindsay Cleveland. Around to Anaya Porter. Nice move. Didn't shoot. Backs it up once again. Here it goes to Zayana Stewart. There's Anaya for 3. Good! 3-point shot for Anaya Porter. Her first 3 as a Lady Wildcat. And with a minute to play here, it's 51-27. They get a shot from inside the paint. That hits the back end of the rim. They have the rebound. They want to go right back up with it. They miss it again. That's over the back, but no call. Personal foul is going to be called, I think, against Oak Ridge. And it's going to go against Zayana Stewart, I thought, and that will be the case. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 51-27, 52 seconds to play. We're streaming the game live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com. Official wants some indication of what's going on over there. Obviously, they get the call their way, but he's still arguing a point. Second toss, no good. Rebounded once again by the Lady Matadors. They get the ball across the line. They kick it to the left corner. We're down to 44 seconds to play, 51-27. Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats in the lead. Lady Wildcats have had some success over the years at this tournament. Here's a deflection and a steal by Oak Ridge. Anaya Porter could have a layup. Left-handed off the glass. Good! Anaya Porter, her second bucket of her career, and the Lady Wildcats lead it 53-27. Good to see Anaya out there.
She has 5 points, David. Her first 2 shots are both in the basket.
Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Zayana Stewart gives it up to Demetria Strickland. Another layup. 10 seconds to play. 55-27. The Lady Wildcats headed for a victory here at McClintock High School in Tempe, Arizona. The final seconds tick down. Oak Ridge wins 55-27. Neo, your thoughts on the game?
Really good game. I think for a while they kind of let Shadow Mountain kind of catch up a little bit, and I think they put it away in the 4th.
Yeah, kind of a lackluster second quarter, honestly, by both teams. But the Lady Wildcats have a very strong second half, and they, as Neo just said, put the ball away. Drew Thomas, your thoughts from the floor?
I feel like we played a great game today. I feel like our freshmen had a fantastic game. I feel like they need a few more minutes out there on the court.
Now, Drew, I'm going to ask you another question. That one play that was called a walk down there, what was your thoughts on that?
I had a great view of it. She didn't take a single step. So I feel like it was a terrible call.
Thank you very much. I'm validated. Lee, your thoughts on the first half while you tabulate the final stats?
Well, I thought Oak Ridge handled that team well. I think, when we first saw Shadow Mountain, they looked a little bigger, but I thought Oak Ridge contained them well. They kept them, for the most part, off the scoreboard early in the first quarter, and they really didn't allow Shadow Mountain to do anything. Not as physical as a Saturday, but I thought it was a great win, great bounce-back win for Oak Ridge, and I think they definitely took momentum or whatever. They took something away from Saturday's ball game, and they were able to apply that today.
Going to take a break here while Lee tabulates the final stats. We'll also get Coach Taylor up here. Lady Wildcats win at 55-27. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back with either a look at the stats or Coach Taylor in 2 minutes. Here on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com. Not sure if we got Oak Ridge Schools television on, but we also have our YouTube stream going perfectly today. Neo, Drew, Lee, I didn't help much, but they got it going. They worked on it last night, and I believe it was absolutely perfect today. I see Coach Taylor wandering over towards me, and we'll get a chance to speak to her, the victorious head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, about her team's win today. And she looks exhausted as she makes her way up here. And Coach, first off, we'll let you sit right there here if you don't mind. That angle is kind of weird, but congratulations on the victory today over this team, Shadow Mountain. You didn't really have much time to prepare for them. They got switched into our bracket. What was the reasoning? Did they ever tell you?
The other team had injuries. Due to injuries, they dropped out, and so they had to get a local team to play in their place.
Let's talk about this ball game. I thought actually it was a very complete game. You take the second quarter away, I thought your defense was really good. I thought your press was very solid. You defended well. You looked really, to me, much sharper, even though, you scored 70 the other day. I thought you looked sharper on both ends of the floor today.
Yeah, I feel like the second half was much better than our first half today. Our assists went up and our turnovers went down. I think we had, I don't know. I mean, we had several turnovers in the first half. That was what was disappointing. They were putting a little pressure on us, and we were speeding up and not playing controlled. But I felt like, especially the second half, was much better. And we pushed in transition. We got those transition points that we've been asking for, and that started with defensive effort.
Chris, let me ask you about this. I know you played a lot of players today. About everybody who's able to play, I think, almost got into the ball game. You're still in December working on your rotation and trying to figure out who can do what, who's going to buy into the system, and talk about, as you develop your rotation, how things are going.
Yeah, I mean, ideal, as a coach, the more depth you have, the better you are. It would be great just because it's a long season. It would be great to have a big rotation like we have and keep that rotation. But, it just, time will tell. We've got to grow as a team, and those that continue to buy in and do what we ask them to do, they'll stay in the rotation. And for those that don't, that they've still got some learning to do, they won't. But, I feel good about where we're at right now at this point, this early on, being able to play this many, that many kids like we're playing. They're only going to get better. And it's just like, doing math. Like, you can watch a teacher can teach math and work math problems out, but until you're actually doing the math yourself, you're not going to get better doing it. So, same thing with basketball. If you don't play, you're not going to get better. And so, they need to be, the more they play, the better they'll get.
I thought early on Samaj really kind of carried you offensively. She scored a lot of points. The second quarter was the quarter I think you're thinking of in your mind about the turnovers. It was not a pretty, but the second half, you're exactly right. And I like the way, Jenna's really just come on these last two ball games. She can sky higher than just about any player you've got. She's made a really big push.
She has, and Jenna's got a lot of things that you can't coach, that the athletic ability, the ability to jump. She's got an energy level that she doesn't get tired. I mean, she's a kid that you can have high expectations for as far as effort, because she's going to give that to you. She's just got to be consistent. She's got to start out, with that energy, and she's got to keep that energy.
Coach, I know Stephanie and a lot of the parents want to know how your trip to the Grand Canyon and Sedona were.
So we had a great 2 days. Sedona was fun. The girls, we got there a little bit later in the day, and there were some shops, and we walked around. I think they have more money than I do. They're shopping and having fun with that. And then the Grand Canyon, obviously, there were only two players that had ever seen it. Gracie saw it her freshman year, and Cannon has seen it. So that was a neat experience to have with them, and to do that and share that opportunity, or that time with them. But it's been a great trip so far. These girls have been absolutely wonderful. I texted Bella Boone's mom yesterday, and I just thanked her for Bella. Like, this trip gave me an opportunity, and that's what it does. You get to know kids better, and they get to know you better. And Bella Boone is like the most joyful, happiest kid that I've ever been around, and she's made my trip 1,000 times better than I thought it would have ever been. They're all great, but I am so pleasantly surprised.
Well, let me ask you, when Bella's going to get in the ballgame, I think she might have been the only one. Of course, Kate can't play, and Gracie can't play.
So Bella had surgery in the off season, and she's still got, a ways to go. She's still got some pain with her surgery, and some things going on. And so, that'll just be that's just in progress.
Two questions here. Just your final comments on the win here, and I think you're playing at 8:00 Eastern time. I guess would be 6:00 time here. Just your final comments on the game.
Like I said, I was proud of the effort, especially in the second half. I got on them a little bit at halftime, and they responded. And that's a good thing. I felt like, a lot of kids were involved. Like you said, Samaj's effort early on, carrying us there in the start of the game offensively, was really good. I'm proud of how, we finished the game. We finished with those last two quarters.
One more. Do we get to play in a real gym tomorrow?
I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at it. I don't know. I'm not even sure.
Not that this isn't a real gym, but us sitting in the bleachers here about 6 rows up, it's not a great camera angle, but it's been fun. I mean, you scored 70 the other day. Today you win, so it's got to make the trip even better.
Yeah, it's nice to finally have a win where you've got some breathing room there, and to be able to separate yourself. Like that's the big thing we talked about is in our previous games is once you go ahead, like you got to continue that and separate. You got to continue getting stops and continue scoring so you can separate and create that lead, that gap. And today we were able to do that.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to keep you. One more, I promise. I saw how excited your girls got when Anaya scored her points.
You know, Anaya's a kid that works really, really hard. She works really hard in practice. She wants to play. She wants to be out there. And it's just one of those things where we've really been hurt by not having JV games. You know, other teams have had to cancel due to injuries, and we haven't been able to play to get that experience. But what she did exactly what she needed to do today, what she was supposed to do, and I'm as excited as they are for her. But she's a kid that will eventually, and I've told her this: you just keep working, your time is going to come.
Just what are you going to do the rest of the day and early tomorrow?
I got a video before the game. The girls made a video of themselves and sent it to me, asking me to take them to the mall. They came to my room, knocking on the door. The same thing. So I think we're gonna go back and shower and grab some food and go to a mall. Tomorrow I think we're gonna take them to downtown Phoenix and maybe go to Phoenix Suns NBA store, let them walk around there, see downtown a little bit, and then get ready for our game.
Thanks a lot and congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach Paige Taylor, Lady Wildcats win this ball game by a final score of 55-27. I'm going to hand the mic over to Lee. He's got the final statistics of tonight's game.
Thanks a lot, David. The Wildcats are victorious here in Phoenix, 55-27. Scoring summary for the Wildcats with 10 points, Demetrius Strickland. She was 5 of 7 from the field. She did not shoot any threes. Zayana Stewart had 6. She was 2 of 9 from the field, 2 of 7 shooting twos, and 0 for 2 from the three-point line. She was also 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Ayanna Porter had 2 points. She was 1 for 3 from the field. Her only points were, she was 1 for 3 from the field. She made a 2-pointer. Samaj Clark with 13. She was 6 for 14 from the field. She was 6 of 10 shooting twos and was 0 for 4 at the three-point line. She was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Lindsey Cleveland with 2. She was 1 of 3 from the field. She was 1 of 3 shooting twos. Anaya Porter had 5 points. She was 2 of 2 from the field, made a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer, made both her shots. Lauren Hart had 2 points. She was 1 of 2 from the field, just shooting a 2. Cannon Green also with 2 points. She was 1 of 5 from the field. Her only points was a 2-pointer. Jenna Johnson with 13 points. She was 6 of 11 from the field. 6 of 10 shooting twos, 0 for 1 from the three-point line, and was 1 for 2 at the free throw line. And the Lady Wildcats are victorious at McClintock High School over Shadow Mountain, 55-27, and will play, I guess, the winner of Mesa, Arizona and Mesquite, Arizona, which is playing right now after the Oak Ridge game, and they will play that at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night.
Thanks a lot, Lee. I appreciate your work here and your statistics, and I appreciate Neo and Drew for doing the work that they did today. Once again, the final score here from McClintock High School. The Lady Wildcats win at 55-27. Guys, you have any final comments? Neo and Drew say they do not. Appreciate Brian Bennett back in the studios of FM 92.7, FM 94.7. I got a couple things to remind you of. The guys will be in action tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Loudon High School against Lakeway Christian High School. We will not broadcast, but we will have a crew there. We will tape the ball game and put it on our YouTube channel as a tape video. That game will be tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The boys in action at Loudon High School. Our next broadcast here from Phoenix will be, as Lee said, at 8 o'clock. That game will be tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time against, like he said, either Mesquite or Mesa. Whoever wins this ball game will be playing them someplace in this great city of Phoenix, Arizona. For Drew Thomas, Neo Tate, Lee Wexler, Brian Bennett back at the station. Oak Ridge wins it 55-27. Until tomorrow, this is David Clary saying so long, everybody.